Hello there, my name is Perspectiv, and here's another talk. I actually like making these talk videos, just talking to you guys and just explaining certain things about myself or talking about certain topics, so I wanted to talk about today, I wanted to talk about why I don't play competitive games anymore. Now, there are people who play competitive games and, they will have fun with them. But for me, competitive games, I just don't have fun with them anymore. I used to play them all the time, like a lot, and they took up a lot of my time when I was younger. And I'm talking like 3, 4 years ago. I used to play like Overwatch a lot. I used to play that a lot. I used to play the reboot Modern Warfare, and I would play certain games like Call of Duties and stuff. I would do ranked matches and shit like that. And For Honor as well. For Honor was a very competitive game that I was very good at. I was actually in For Honor. I was on Xbox One. I was in the top 3,000 Peacekeeper players, which I know people don't like Peacekeeper and people who play Peacekeeper, but I was banger at her. Okay, I was a banger of a player. Okay, but it got to the point, and I played Rainbow Six Siege too. Actually, it took me a second to think about that. I wanted to talk about that too. I played Rainbow Six Siege, okay? And when I was playing Rainbow Six Siege, I had 3 friends that I would play with, sometimes 4. But it would always be with one of my friends specifically, and he was an absolute tryhard. He would try so hard at the game, do everything he can, and he would do all the meta plays and everything, and he would like head glitch, and I would play against people who would head glitch and who would just really try hard, and it just wasn't fun. It just was not fun. Now, the way I played Rainbow Six Siege was I played like Capcan. I played him a lot, and I got a suppressor on his Sega 12, and I did what cartoons did. If you ever watched cartoons, he called it the whisper cannon. And so I used his attachments on that as well and used my own whisper cannon. And man, I slapped. I absolutely beat the crap out of people. What I would do is I would hide. I would sound whore. I would listen to people walking by. And if there was a breakable wall, I would use my impact grenade. I would throw it and I would just run back and flank them. And then I would, take them out. Or I would just shoot the wall, because the Sega has a lot of ammo capacity. I would just shoot the wall, break it, and then go through and just flank them and get them, like, really quick, because they wouldn't expect it. Because, you don't expect Capcan to be that infiltrator, like, fast player. But that's how I played that. And eventually it got to the point where my friend was so angry at the game so constantly, but he still played it. And I just felt like I don't want to be like him. I don't want to keep going back to a game, crawling back to a game that actually upsets me and bothers me and makes me not want to play it, and then go back and play it anyways, even with my friends whenever they want me to. So I stopped playing Rainbow Six, and it sucked. I stopped playing Rainbow Six because it sucked, and I felt better. I felt way better. And Overwatch, I would always play Overwatch with a different friend, and neither of us were, he was good in his own way, and I was pretty good. I was diamond. I was low diamond, in competitive. I was low diamond. I played a lot of shit. I played Ana. I played Hammond. I didn't play Bastion. I played Orisa. I played Reinhardt. I played Diva. I played Tracer, I played Sombra, I played all these characters, and I was really good at them. And Lucio was really fun. But I played all these characters on competitive, and I would fill the role whatever I need to do. This was before you did the thing where you join as a certain hero or as a certain type of hero, and you can only play as one of those. This was before that. And it got to the point where my teammates were either really bad or the enemies were really good. And I knew I was a good player, because I just was. I was a good player. And we could never get higher than where we were. And it sucked. It really upset me. It frustrated me. And even though I grinded on that game for loads of time, hours upon hours upon hours, I still could never climb up. And it was competitive. And so, everybody's going to be trying hard. And it got to the point where I got so angry one day that I nearly broke my controller. And I just decided after that point, why would I play a game that makes me so angry? So I stopped playing that game. I stopped playing Overwatch. And I did during the time go back and play Mystery Heroes and the arcade game modes. But people were still try hard sweats on there, and they all had golden weapons. They were all fucking over level 1000, over level 2000, over level 3000, and they were all just sweaty tryhards, and they didn't know how to have fun. So I stopped playing Overwatch completely after that. And my blood pressure lowered. I felt better. I didn't feel like I had that need to play that game. I did have a bit of a, I was like, for a little bit, I was like, man, I kind of want to play Overwatch. But after a little bit, after I started playing different games, like Deep Rock Galactic or Skate 3 with my friends, I was like, okay, I don't like competitive games. I like playing games with my friends and having an enjoyable time just doing whatever, Because even on like Deep Rock, there's harder difficulties, but you can play on the lower difficulties and you can still have a good time and still have it be just a little bit difficult for you and your team. And it's that much more enjoyable because of that. And we've never gone past Hazard 4. And I don't want to go past Hazard 4. I like playing on Hazard 2 because I think it's more enjoyable. And I just enjoy games like that. Like you'll see on my channel, I play Lethal Company. I play Zomboid with my brother. I play Backrooms with my friends. I play games with my friends. I play Palworld with my friends. Not on the channel, but I play Palworld with my friend. I like to play multiplayer games, and I also like to play solo games. Now let me talk to you about the toxicity in these games, okay? Each one of these games has a toxic fan base. Rainbow Six Siege, For Honor, Overwatch, all of them. All of them do. They all do. And it's these toxic fan bases and these toxic players that just drive you insane and make you want to play the game less. And there's people that thrive off of that toxicity, They will be toxic to other people will be toxic to them, and then they're like, haha, I made you mad. And in my experience of playing these games, there's always emotes, there's always something that they do, and they'll either, like in For Honor, they might play, I haven't played Dishonor or For Honor in a long time, but what we used to call it is whenever you weren't toxic and you played how you're meant to play, you played with honor. You had honor when you played your character. And there were a lot of people who did not have honor, and they were the toxic ones. They would spam emotes. They would kill you. They would do an emote to teabag you, and they would do that constantly, or they would spam their attack and just get an easy kill on you and not have any actual skill, and they were toxic as fuck about it. And then they would message you back after the game and be like, haha, you suck. I had that happen to me quite a few times, and there's actually one case in For Honor where someone messaged me and he was like, man, you suck, want a rematch? And I was like, yeah, I'll play. And we did it, and I beat him, and then he was like, fuck, another rematch. And he was insulting me like the whole time. He was calling me names and everything. And so I was like, okay, and I beat him again. And then he did it again, and I beat him again. And after I learned that moveset from him, from that one match that we played, I kicked his ass. And he was so mad about that. But these people, they're just toxic. And let me go on past For Honor. I don't remember what I last said because I had a phone call. But let's go past For Honor, okay? Rainbow Six Siege. People will always, like, if you do something that's not on the norm and that's not the meta, or if you're not good at the game, or if you mess up once, they will mic spam you in game, and they'll call you names, they'll say you suck and all that stuff, and then they'll message you post game and they'll be like, bro, get off this game, you suck, you shouldn't be playing this game, and stuff like that. And I'm a good player, I'm a pretty good player for all these games, and even I got messages for that. So I can't imagine how it must feel to be one of the either really good players or the really bad players, because on both ends of that, I'm mid, but on both ends of that, you'll have more people saying stuff to you, saying more stuff to you about how you suck. And that happened to me so often, and I'm betting that happens a lot more often for other people too, especially in recent years, or especially in like the recent couple years, and then let's go on to Overwatch. Same thing, same exact thing. They'll taunt spam you, they'll play dirty, and they'll be dickheads about it, and they'll talk shit to you in game and out of game, and they will just be toxic as fuck. These people thrive off the toxicity, and I don't like to play games with toxic people like that. And I would say, not all of them, but everybody who's played one of these games has been toxic at one point, and I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact because I've been toxic on these games once or twice. I try not to be, but I've been toxic, and especially in replying to toxic people. And it's just not a good way to be, and it's not a good way to enjoy your game whenever you have these people being so toxic to you. I like games where you don't have to struggle and face sweaty people all the fucking time. And I'm so much better off without those games, I'm so much better off without those games. I feel so much better. I have so much more fun playing video games now than I did back then because I don't play competitive games. Now, one game that I do come back to that is kind of competitive is Rising Storm 2, but I play that maybe five sessions a year, I would say. Maybe 5 sessions a year. I just don't play that game that often, But I play it with my brother, and we both get pretty frustrated at it. But I've learned, while playing that game, just don't let it bother you. And I know it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to really do that, But the way I do it is I'll play a game, and there'll be someone who's a camper. They camp in Rising Storm, and they're hiding all the way in the back with a sniper or with an LMG, and they're just like picking you off. And you keep going that way, and they keep killing you. So what I do is I just don't go that way anymore. And I just know people are going to play like that. So what I do is I just don't let it bother me. I try not to let it bother me, And I still come back to that game. I think it's a very enjoyable game, despite it being kind of competitive sometimes. But I think it's less competitive in the way that it's a huge team playing against another huge team. I think of it kind of like Battlefield, but a more realistic Battlefield. Whenever you play Battlefield, you're not really that competitive, You want to hit some clips maybe, but it's just overall not very competitive. And you can do whatever you want, There's still going to be, like, in Battlefield, there's still going to be sweats on jets and helicopters and shit. But you know what you can do? You can get and you can get a buddy, and you can get stingers, and you can shoot them off. You can shoot them right out the sky immediately, as soon as you wait, And I just enjoy multiplayer games. I enjoy single player games, but I don't enjoy competitive games. But like I said, my blood pressure has lowered. I'm not angry or frustrated as much as I used to be, and I just have generally more fun with my games that I play now. And I think a lot of people who get so mad at these games, like I watched Sips play Overwatch a long time ago, and he got so frustrated at the game whenever he played competitive, even with a friend or two, and he got so angry that he would shout, his face would go red, and he stopped playing Overwatch because of that. And he's so much better. He's in such a much better condition and state than he was when he was playing Overwatch all the time. And he's kind of my role model, And that's how I went with it, and it works. So people really who get so angry and frustrated at these games and they keep crawling back to him, just stop playing the game, man. Just stop playing it. You're clearly not enjoying it. You're clearly getting frustrated. You're clearly not having fun. So play something else. That's all I wanted to talk about. It's just frustrating sometimes, but you know, this is why I don't play competitive games anymore. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Bye.